This Bitcoin correction is far from over, guys. In today's video, I'm going to show you why I think that Bitcoin is still going to correct further, which signals we have to watch in the chart in order to see the low in the Bitcoin price, and we are going to have a look at the stablecoin dominance. Going to show you a very beautiful chart over on willportal.com, and we're also going to have a look at Ethereum and at some news articles like Donald Trump selling his Ethereum, stuff like that. And we just want to know right now basically where the money is going in the markets, right? So guys, let's jump straight into it. And I'm very happy I could warn every single one of you in my previous video, because we have been saying that if we just look at Bitcoin from a rational standpoint and we just look at derivatives exchange data and we look at the momentum, then the chances that Bitcoin is going to correct are just pretty high. We have very high funding rates, and yeah, with this new indicator that we are building with the momentum also showing that the momentum on the daily time frame is going down. We also saw the take buy sell ratio go below the blue line. Like I said in yesterday's video, guys, I hope you all have seen that one. The derivatives exchange picture is just not looking too bullish, and we can see Bitcoin coming down right now, seeing some weakness also on the 29th of December when we had that expiry in all these options on the Bitcoin CME futures. Also something I mentioned, because most of the time on these days we do get like big volatile moves. So now is the next question. Bitcoin is correcting right now, but how far can we go? Well, first of all, guys, I want to share with you this momentum indicator. This is an indicator that is tracking the volume and is basically showing us where the momentum is going. And we can see, for example, right here, when this is going up, right here, you can see the momentum already building in the price. And then the moment it flips basically positive, or maybe even already before that, you can see, oh, this is a nice opportunity to long. And you can also use this in the short-term time frame. So if we go to the 4-hour time frame, you can see right here we had the top, then we're trending down right here, but that was also the top for Bitcoin, right? So when we then right here trending up, we can see the price coming up again. You have to use this indicator together with different other indicators, but still it's definitely a very nice indicator. Here we can also see the momentum coming up, beautiful right here, flipping positive, or at least setting higher lows right here, flipping positive, and then we can see nice price action in the Bitcoin price. This momentum indicator right now you can use over on willportal.com, and you just click right here, select indicator, and you do volume momentum index, and that is basically where we have that where you have that indicator. So this is very beautiful, guys. On the pro charts, you have now all of these indicators, which I think are very good. If you just open most of these indicators below the Bitcoin price like we did in the previous videos, guys, you can basically tell what's happening with Bitcoin, right? Right now we can clearly tell, okay, Bitcoin has seen a top, and all of the data is already pointing since multiple days, or since a couple of days is already pointing like that we are going down, right? Like actually since when is that? Since the 14th of December, so since 2 weeks ago, it's actually already pointing. It started to look more and more bearish. Then we had the last push right here, and now it looks like we can correct a little bit further. Then the next part, of course, how low can we go? So I still believe that Bitcoin is in a bull market. I don't think that right now we completing a B wave. I don't think it right now, but we always have to be open for that possibility, right? I'm going to show you another chart in a sec, which will be very tremendously important too. But first of all, I want to bring out the EMA ribbon. This is very important one on the 4-hour time frame for me personally, and we can see that we already broke below the 4-hour EMA ribbon. So I would like to see a reclaim of this level in order to become a little bit more bullish again. But on the daily time frame, we haven't broken below the EMA ribbon, and you can see that the EMA ribbon actually perfectly lines up with this former resistance. So if we would retest that right here at 40k, I think that could still be bullish for Bitcoin to go to 40k. However, I want to be a little bit careful, because I don't like Bitcoin breaking below this low of that is roughly at 40k. I don't like Bitcoin break below 40k, because if we break below 40k, we basically break below the 60-day cycle low, and that would basically means that we most likely will get a correction until the 17th or 16th of February to the next 60-day cycle low, because that would mean that this is a failed cycle. So although we break that low, we can always like bounce in the shorter term time frame, but then most likely the next low will be in February, and that will be definitely lower than the previous cycle low, because it is a failed cycle. So that is something that will become more present during the next couple of weeks, but this is something that I'm watching. If you're looking for the next long position, I think right now you gotta wait a little bit, and I think this momentum indicator will be very beautiful. If we get something like this, where we get a nice curve right here, and then we go up, and then like, I don't know, the moment we are trending up, that is already a moment where you can actually start looking for long positions. And you can check that, of course, with other indicators as well, like funding rates, sentiment, and so on. Because right now things are still a little bit overheated. Looks like we can break down from this formation as well, from this triangle formation. And eventually that target to the downside would be 38.7k. So yeah, guys, it's a bit debatable how low Bitcoin can go. In a bullish case, we should hold basically above 40k. But then if I bring out this chart, guys, this chart actually, to me personally, if this would be a crypto chart, this is looking insanely bullish. And this would be extremely bearish for Bitcoin, because this is an inverse correlated chart with Bitcoin. This is the stablecoin dominance. What we can see right here on the stablecoin dominance is that the momentum is coming up right here on the daily time frame. And if we go, for example, to the 8-hour, we can already see the momentum is really coming up right here. But then let's go back to the daily time frame. We don't only have the momentum coming up, we see the relative strength index breaking out to the upside as well. So it really looks like that this chart just wants to break out to the upside. And when this chart goes on a breather, on a rally, which we already expected, I've been mentioning this chart already for a very long time. And I actually mentioned also that we could see a bounce from these levels, as it is previous resistance, as very important level. But I also always had the possibility open to do something like this, to still do something like this and then see that bounce. But we were expecting this bounce already for miles ahead. Already with the moment we touched it right here, we're already talking about a bounce in this specific chart. And this chart is also one of the edges that we have against other traders, because almost no one is looking at this chart. This chart is really, it helped me tremendously in knowing when to long or when to short Bitcoin. So right now, personally, I think the direction is for Bitcoin to the downside, but we gotta be a little bit careful, because when Bitcoin is in a bull market, we also could have like very short corrections to the downside before Bitcoin picks up again to the upside. So I'm not really that interested in shorting Bitcoin. I was very interested in taking profits. I did take profits. I mentioned that in my previous videos, but I also clearly mentioned that over on Will Alerts, the private Telegram channel, where I'm basically sharing also when I'm taking profits. And I took roughly like 25% of my portfolio. I took out right here, close at the top, so close at 44 to 45k. So that was pretty nice, but maybe I will deploy some of that capital again when we see a big flush in the markets happening. So yeah, guys, make sure you can you can check this new indicator over on willporter.com. If you have any feedback, by the way, on this website, you can drop it in the comment section, guys. Then we go to my favorite person of all time, President Trump. I'm joking, but Trump is actually selling Ethereum worth of millions of dollars. And what does this mean, right? So we can see like Trump sold roughly more than 1,000 ETH for 2.4 million, probably from his NFT sales and so on. And I actually think ETH is holding pretty strong with that, because if we have a look at ETH in the Bitcoin comparative, like I actually do think, guys, this is also why I'm kind of positive. I'm going to explain. Bear with me, okay? So Ethereum, this is a bit contradictory to the rest of my story, but Ethereum is just looking very bullish against Bitcoin. right? So we have here like this massive bullish divergence. We got this momentum coming up. This is the chart, Ethereum against Bitcoin, so not against US dollar, because Ethereum also went down against US dollar. But normally when Bitcoin dumps, Ethereum or altcoins would dump harder. This time it's not really the case, right? So we get this massive bullish divergence, momentum coming up right here on the daily time frame. I think on the 8 hour we're already green, already starting to turn green right here. Or not yet. Maybe on the 4 hour on the 4 hour we start to turn green. So that is actually pretty bullish if you ask me. Always know which time frame you look, because if you look at the 15-minute time frame, or if you look at shorter term time frames, we still could see a little bit lower levels, of course. But generally, you can see right here the momentum is trending up. We have bullish divergence on the relative strength index. Do we have somewhat of a breakout? Not on the daily, but I do think we have it on the weekly. Not yet, but it could happen. It could happen any moment, so that's something to watch. But I think that Ethereum is looking bullish against Bitcoin. And the crazy part is, guys, is that normally Ethereum, there's not really a possibility. At least there was not really a situation in the past where Ethereum against Bitcoin went up, but it didn't went up in US dollar terms. So I can show you, guys, that with a very simple illustration. I will just put Ethereum against US dollar. I put it overlaying on the chart right here, and we scroll a little bit back to previous times. Then you can see right here, the moment Ethereum against Bitcoin go on a massive rally, Ethereum US dollar also goes on a rally. Here, you can't see it. You can't see it that good because let me see it like, yeah, here you cannot see it that good because that's a logarithmic time frame. Here we can also see rally. Ethereum also rallies in US dollar terms. Here we can see Ethereum has a rally. Ethereum also rallies in US dollar terms. So guys, right here too, Ethereum against Bitcoin rallies and Ethereum against US dollar rallies from $120 to $226. That's more than double, right? Here we see Ethereum rally against Bitcoin, and then we went from 750 till 1941, also doubled, almost doubled. Here also Ethereum rally against Bitcoin, it also rallies against the dollar. So this is actually something that makes me pretty bullish, because I think Ethereum is looking pretty bullish against Bitcoin. And in the historical price action of Ethereum, we haven't really seen a moment in time where, for example, Ethereum had a nice breakout rally against Bitcoin while they actually went down against US dollar, because the strength from Ethereum in relationship to Bitcoin also resembles strength in Ethereum against US dollar. So that's the only counter argument right now where I'm still bullish. Like you guys know, a big chunk of my portfolio is in Ethereum, because I think right now it is a little bit more safer than Bitcoin, and I've been right on that, because so far Bitcoin has been correcting, Ethereum corrects less. So you always have to know where's the liquidity going in the markets, right? And where it's safest to be. Most of the time it's like either Bitcoin or stables. But there are certain moments in time, for example right here, where you can better hold Ethereum, right? And this is, we actually catch the exact bottom, shared over on Will Alerts, shared over on the channel right here, really on time. Some people actually commented down below like, why are you looking for nickels and dimes? Well, right now I'm actually feeling pretty confident in this position, right? And it could still turn around, but as everything looks right now, it just looks pretty bullish to me, also in terms of time. So yeah, this is definitely a beautiful trade so far, beautiful position. I intend to leave this open, and I really would like to see a little bit more firework coming here. And I think Ethereum is going to hold stronger than Bitcoin in the month of January, which we are almost in. Then guys, that brings me to the following point, and that is that I really hope that every single one of you had a beautiful Christmas, a very beautiful Christmas. I personally had a beautiful Christmas. I spent it with my family. Everything was complete. Everybody was there. Sometimes we had like Christmases where mostly I was gone actually, because I was in another country. But right now it was really complete. Very beautiful, guys. I got very nice presents also from BitGet. I got a very nice present from Coin Power as well. This Bitcoin watch, I got that yesterday. So that is very much appreciated. Always love to get presents, of course. And yeah, guys, that's just something I wanted to share. I hope you had a very beautiful Christmas. And yeah, also BitGet right here really has how do you call it? We have a very nice partnership with BitGet. They helped out Will Portal also a lot. You can find like links from Will Portal on the BitGet website. They're really supporting the the product of Will Portal too. So yeah, very much appreciated, BitGet. Thank you very much. And guys, if you are interested in joining the extra servers that we have over on Will Portal and to be a closer part of the community from Will Portal, then you can consider joining Will Alerts, and doing that by joining the BitGet exchange. BitGet is a very good exchange, has a lot of altcoins. I personally use all of these free exchanges, and this is also almost the only thing that I'm basically promoting on this YouTube channel. These are only products that I'm using myself: Bybit, BingX, and BitGet, and I use every exchange with different intentions. So I have Bybit mostly for my leverage trading, also a little bit on BitGet, but the funds that I have on Bybit are the biggest because this is the exchange that I'm basically used the most since 2019. Then on BingX, we did some leverage trading. We did some trading on the S&P 500. BingX also has a lot of altcoins, BRC20 altcoins, which are very interesting. And the interesting thing with BingX is that you don't need any KYC. And BitGet also has a lot of interesting altcoin pairs, especially one altcoin that I really like, that is only on BitGet, and you don't really see that on the other exchanges, but you have that with a lot of examples. So definitely, guys, if you are interested in joining Will Alerts, which is a very upcoming product, if you ask me, guys. Every day we are working like a lot of hours on this platform, and you might not see it directly, but you hear me every now and then. We gotta update. So much stuff is coming. It's actually kind of crazy, and I'm super excited for it. And I think it's really good for you, for everyone from this community, to be a part of this. And you can choose in your way how you want to become a part of this. You can join Will Alerts and just get that extra information. You get more insight in the way that how I think, how I do analysis and stuff like that. It's actually also for free. But if you think that step is too big for you, or you just don't like to use an exchange or whatever, then there are so many different ways. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel basically from Will Portal and watch all these videos. I'll put the link down below in the description. But you can also read all the articles that we published over on Will Portal. Guys, take in mind, this is all for free. Like, I've created this all for free. So you can just go to this website. You can be like a sponge, suck up all this knowledge that I basically work for since 2016 to get. You can just find this for free online. I think it's pretty unique what we are seeing right here, and I get a lot of feedback from people that it really helps them, and even people that are very long active in the crypto space, they also say like, yeah, we always check Will Portal before we are opening any trade, because it's just one of the most important platforms to see what's going on with the cryptocurrency markets. Right, so yeah, definitely happy to hear all of that feedback, guys, and I hope you guys can appreciate even more what's going to come. And I'm also going to leave it with that. I don't want to jinx this too much, but yeah, a lot of stuff is coming. Be in the community, I would say. Be connected with this platform, as it can help you, give you a great edge against other traders. And trade smarter, like BitGet always say, right? Guys, I want to thank you all for watching. If you haven't done so already, drop that thumbs up, very much appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't, and stay connected. I wish you all a very beautiful day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.